Hi students, welcome back to the session of botany, right, where we were discussing continuously about the model paper, and it's time now to discuss the model paper 4 of senior inter botany. So come on, let's have a look over the question paper. Question is, write brief essay on microbes and sewage treatment. Yes, when we talk about the waste water that is getting disposed from various parts, right, from various reasons, and we know that there is a large amount of waste water that is being removed or that is being released into the natural bodies, which should not be done. And have you ever thought that where does this waste water is coming from every day in lots and lots of tons? Term we use it here to be as a sewage, right? Now if you just have a look over the percentage, what makes this water waste, and why do we say it as waste water? Because this is the one which is containing a lot amount or a high percentage of a human excreta, right? So the waste water consists higher percentages of human excreta, right? And they should not be opened or been released into the water bodies, and we know what happens if it does, right? So first of all, what to do? We have to go for the treatment. Now we have to treat this waste water, that is the sewage. As you know, it contains a lot of organic matter, even microbes, and some are said to be even pathogenic in nature, right? So we mentioned the very important terms like organic matter. So presence of organic matter, microbes, which is said to be pathogenic in nature, right? It may cause different kinds of diseases and disorders, right? So what we have to do now, before we release them into any of the surfaces, now we have to treat them. And where do we treat it? Yes, the sewage treatment plants. So we say it to be as STP, that is the sewage treatment plants, where before we say that before they are released into any of the areas. So sewage treatment plants is nothing but the where the heterotrophic bacteria present in the sewage itself, it is been naturally used to treat it, right, and to make it less polluting. Hence the treatment is here done in two different stages. First one we say it as a primary treatment, and second one is the secondary treatment or biological treatment. As said, this is a phase where we said the heterotrophic bacteria is being used, which is present naturally in the sewage, and hence it is being used to treat it, right? So first one, so as we know, the primary treatment, right, this is the one which is said to be physical removal of the particles, where large and small particles are removed. Hence this is the one where floating debris is removed by the sequential filtration. Now how these large and small particles are removed? Exactly, here involves the filtration and the sedimentation processes, right? So filtration and sedimentation are the main techniques, where we say the floating debris is removed by the sequential filtration, right, whereas grit is removed by the process of sedimentation. So here we can say sedimentation is one of the technique where the grit is removed. Now finally what happens? Yes, the solid form gets settled down, which is called as a primary sludge. So this solid which settled is said to be as primary sludge, right? Now this primary sludge is the one which got settled. Now when you are talking about some settling of the solid, then of course there will be the supernatant forms will be there. Yes, that is said to be as effluent, right? So if you just consider, now this is the container where the solid settled over here, and here will be the liquid. Now this is said to be as effluent, right, and this is said to be the primary sludge. Now this effluent, for the further treatment, now it enters the second stage, we said to be as a secondary treatment or biological treatment. So where we say that is the secondary treatment or biological treatment, as said primary effluent, the one which we have collected in the primary treatment, right, that is being now passed into the aeration tank, right? So this aeration tank, where we say it is being agitated continuously mechanically, and air is pumped, due to which what happens? Yes, nothing but there is a vigorous growth of microbes. Which kind of microbes? Aerobic microbes. Now what happens? This nothing but leads to the formation of a flocs nothing but bacterium containing the viral filaments, which forms a mesh like structure, where these microbes now they help in consuming the organic matter, right? So this is one way beneficial. Then we say that it decreases the biochemical oxygen demand in the that particular sewage. Now what happens? What is this biochemical oxygen demand? This is the amount of oxygen would consume if all the organic matter, right, is 1 liter of water were oxidized by bacteria. Now due to which what happens after some time, now this completely, whatever the flocks formed, that is the bacteria with viral filaments forming a mesh like, now they settle at the bottom. Now this is said to be as activated sludge, right? So this activated sludge is further being taken for the further treatment, where this activated sludge small part is pumped back into the aeration tank to serve as the inoculum. The remaining major part of the sludge is pumped into large tanks called aerobic sludge digesters. Here other kind of bacteria which grow anaerobically digest the bacteria and fungi in the sludge. During this digestion, bacteria produce a mixture of gases such as methane, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. These gases form biogas which can be used as a source of energy as it is inflammable. The effluent from the secondary treatment plant is generally released into the natural water bodies like rivers and streams. An aerial view of such a plant is shown as you can see on the screen. This is how we treat the sewage, that is the municipal term we use, that is for wastewater, which is containing a high percent of excreta, right, the human excreta, or we say the excreta is present, it can be of any of the animal part, right. So this is how we have to go and we have to make use of the STPs, that is the sewage treatment plants, to clean the sewage and then release them into the natural water bodies, or without releasing, or we say without treating them and releasing them into the water bodies is highly harmful, right. So this is about the microbes, how we treat them under the sewage treatment plant. See you soon with the next model paper. Till that, go through the concept once again and yes, update the concept as much as possible. Till that, take care.